Hello everyone, this is Vicky Verley, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. We're here today to take a look at the full moon in Leo on February 14th, Valentine's Day of 2014. Now this is take two. I hope this turns out. The first one, I don't know, I've been having a little issues with my memory cards, so these videos are not, they're getting corrupt or something. So hopefully this is gonna be the one. We're gonna do it again. And I'm going to try maybe not to say exactly what I said before. I usually like to do these just fresh, you know. So I did like a 20-minute reading a few minutes ago, so hopefully I can get it right this time. So anyways, when I first looked at this chart, I didn't look at the chart, I just saw, where is this full moon? Leo. And on Valentine's Day, I'm thinking, oh wow, how great. Because Leo, in the flat chart, rules the fifth house, which is love and romance. Fifth house is romances and everything. So yeah, thinking, wow, that's going to be really great. And it still could be, and that's the energy, you know, let's embrace this Leo energy, and let's have a great time. Actually, I also noted that this is off by a few minutes here, because I have 26 and 27. But that's okay, we're going to leave it, it's fine. So Leo, yeah, but then I saw it's in a T-square with Saturn. There's all this other heavy-duty energy going on there, so here we go again. It could get pretty deep. Well, you know, with Saturn, that's longevity too. So like many people get engaged and married on Valentine's Day. Come on. So with Saturn, it could, you know, lend itself to longevity and a Saturn cycle, which is, you know, full length 27, 28 years, but these quarter turns very much relevant every 7, 8 years. Those are often related to Saturn things. So you know, for the next 7, 8 years at least, you should be good. There's other things going on here. Venus is conjunct Pluto. That's the other thing. And the date, too. The date of it is 2/14/14. So that's those magical number lineups. And when I first looked at this chart earlier, you know, 4414. So 2/14/14, and then you got 2/1/4/4/1/4. You know, these numbers are pulling me in, and it's almost like, I know many serious astrologers don't go for this, but I feel like this is this energy pulling me in to talk about this, and I think this is important, you know, important thing with the Venus-Pluto. Well, it definitely can be. Venus-Pluto is high passion. It's very high passion. It's very, you know, when I first looked at this, I felt like it could be the energy of, you know, almost ultimatum-ish. You know, it's like, either you buy me a ring on, you know, whatever, not New Year's, Valentine's Day, or we're done, you know, that kind of energy or something. Or I want to get married, either you marry me or I'm walking. You know, it could be that kind of crazy energy too. Hopefully not. Venus-Pluto, you know, that's great sexual chemistry, great sexual energy. It also is, though, things that have been stewing. And, you know, these things first of all, Mercury's retrograde, conjunct the sun during this moon here. Everything's up at these high degrees again. 26, 27, 27, 28, 29, 26. This is about to change. We're going to talk about that, the nodes. So this is definitely old stuff. And Venus conjunct Pluto, it could be ready to blow with Jupiter here, you know. Or, you know, this could be stuff that's stewing, and boom, explodes. And hopefully it'll explode in passion. You know, that would be the positive outlet for it, but it might not be. And also, if you are planning to get married, you know, yeah, Saturn, you could have some longevity, but what, is this something is there something that's doing there? Is there something that you're passionate about, or is there a sexual thing, even an issue that, are you going to be able to live with this for at least the next 7, 8 years? You know, so there could be a little bit of that going on too. Like maybe you should think long and hard about it before jumping into something that's serious, you know, but that's for yourself to decide. But this is powerful. This is powerful energy. Saturn is involved with these higher numbered points in the high 20s. Oppose Jupiter here with that, anything else. And it's still in the orb with the square of the Uranus, you know. So it's emotions are raw. That's what I want to say here too. We have raw emotions going on. Maybe I could flip at a drop of a dime, or start crying at a drop of a dime. Like I'm exposed. I'm raw. You know. And people put a lot of expectations on Valentine's Day. It's kind of like I stumbled and said New Year's before, but I think it was a Freudian slip, because it's one of those days. You know. Oh, do I have a date for Valentine's Day? Oh, and people get so worked up and so worked up. And women get so worked up over weddings in general, your special day. Well, why not just make every day your special day? I say you're special every day. How about that? And you don't need a special day to be, make yourself every day to be your special day. I get, I don't want to get off on the side note on that, but I don't really get that, and I want to help people not get so caught up in that stuff. I think that's not good for anybody. But anyways, back to the chart. The other big thing we want to talk about is, look at here, we've got 0. So these nodes are going to change actually on the 18th. This is the chart for the 14th of February. On February 18th, these nodes are going to change sides. So that's totally a new energy coming in for the collective. And our focus and our karmic stuff. Because when you're looking at a chart in karma, you've got Saturn and the nodes are the first two things you look at. The wheel comes into play in houses and everything, but if, like, say you don't know the birth time, you're just going out of the ephemeris on somebody, Saturn, nodes. These are the karmic things that you're working on. Past life, south node, past life, north node, this incarnation, into the future. Why are you here? What are you working on? South node, this is the way you've been in the past and what you want to aspire to. It's opposite. It's always oppositions. It's always this opposite sign. So we're coming out of South Node in Taurus, the past being Taurian. I think of Taurus as, at their negative side of Taurus, as very materialistic, very not open to change. And it could be, even though Saturn and Capricorn and Pluto, these things are representing the old status quo a lot, and monetary systems and everything. Taurus is money, period. So I feel like, yeah, these are the tear down, our old way. And Scorpio digs in there, finds out the truth. Changes it. It's fire too. Scorpio's definitely fire. It's the phoenix from the ashes, burning up the old. And Scorpio's former ruler was Mars before we discovered Pluto. So there's fire in Scorpio for sure, even though it's a water sign, of course. But it burns it up and rises through the ashes. So we're having, and these 0s and 29s are very powerful because that's when the energy really is amplified. And so it's this final hurrah here. That's going on. It's intensity. And Scorpio's sexual again. This is all sexual energy too. So, of course there will be sex happening on Valentine's Day. Maybe even, more than usual. So that is the positive way to burn it up. But this is also bigger. This is the bigger picture. So we're moving into old money and transformation from, that's what we've been going through for the last couple of years. Since 2012, it's been in these two signs. And we're moving more into Libra and Aries. Now, in the flat chart, this is exactly opposite the flat wheel. By the flat wheel, I mean, where you have put Aries on the ascendant. Aries, everything's in its right place. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, so on. So in the flat wheel, we've got Aries on the ascendant. That's the first house. That's me, myself, and I. I worry about myself, what I want to do, and I go do it. 7th house is partnerships. Libra's house in the flat wheel. This is what we want to take into the account of others. And also, and be a partnership and work together. And I just feel like overall, this energy of the going from the Scorpio to the Libra, this is lightening up. And I feel like that's very welcome. I think we need to lighten up a little bit here. And you can't always be so serious. And, we got to lighten up a little bit. Also, Libra energy will bring about compromise and bring about, we want to work it out, we want to find a balance, we want to have it work for everybody. Peaceful resolutions is Libra's thing. Also, Libra is the scales of justice, so it definitely could have to do with laws being passed, things in the legal system of that nature. Vesta is also at 29 Libra with Mars there, so that brings in that Mars energy again. So these are, everything else is moving in this direction forward here. So, but these are these high points here. These are these things we got to work out. Mars, we got to work out our sexual issues. We got to work out how we fight with Mars. If you're in a couple, in a relationship, Mars and Libra, do we fight fair? Do we fight fair like Libra? Vesta, that's prosperity. I think of it. That's also the house and how we run our household. Do we agree? If we're going to have a long-term relationship, maybe we have all this passion and everything, but maybe we can't live together. Do we agree about how the household's going to be run? And how things get done, in our day-to-day life and in our home together? can we live together? Yeah, maybe we are passionate and that's great while you're dating, but this is more settling in for the long term. Is this gonna, sometimes that'll happen, think about it, because Saturn's here, and if you've done the work and thought about it, Scorpio dug deep, Saturn, I think it could be a very great thing for you, and maybe you'll even go the full Saturn cycle, 28 years. But if not, maybe Saturn can feel like rocks and weights around your neck. It can weigh you down. It can feel heavy. It's heavy energy. One more thing what I wanted to say. Oh, let's embrace this Leo. So, final thoughts. Let's embrace this Leo here. One of the things I wanted to mention, like I talked about how you can always tell a Taurus by their sultry voice, their sultry, sexy voice, and their singers, and it rules the throat chakra and everything, so it's, communication. How you can always tell a Leo is by they have this great, contagious, infectious laugh, their laughter. All Leos have this great laugh. So let's do that. Let's have and it's 5th house. Let's have merriment and enjoyment, fun, laughter. The old saying, I'm either going to laugh or cry, because they're both a release. So let's go the route of the laughter in the 5th house, and eat, drink, and be merry. The 5th house energy. Okay, so that's about it. I probably missed a few things, but I don't know, these technical difficulties. I'm going to have to get some new memory cards. If you'd like to get a private reading from me, you can find the link below to the private readings and other services that I offer. Thank you so much for watching my videos and commenting and liking and sharing and donating. Thank you so much for donating, because I do these videos for free, and any donations are definitely appreciated. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.
What is Orgonite? Originally discovered in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich, orgone energy, or etheric energy, is present in living things, including the human body. Reich proposed that illness occurs when our etheric body is out of balance, and that positive orgone energy could realign the etheric field, thus facilitating healing and balance of one's life force, chi or prana. It has since been scientifically proven that energy called piezoelectricity, meaning electricity resulting from pressure, is created by the compression of certain materials such as quartz crystals, wood, salt, sugar, ceramics, and bones. As the resin cures in an orgonite piece, it shrinks and compresses the organic matter contained within. The energy emitted creates a positive energy generator. You really can feel the energy coming forth from these pieces. Orgonite clears the air and neutralizes negative emotions as well as electronic clutter from our high-tech devices. Each orgonite piece is lovingly hand-created using intuitive pairing of materials to enhance and raise vibration and aid in ascension and a spiritual awakening. I use materials from nature, including the bark from a sacred willow for grounding, and gold flakes to emulate the golden light basking down from the higher dimensions. Visit my Etsy shop for a wide selection of handmade orgone pieces, especially designed for spiritual growth, including heart opening, chakra alignment and activation, and more. Visit www.orgoneenergyflow.etsy.com to see more beautiful orgone pieces. And remember, you are love and beauty.